Hi folks, Kevin here again. So I'm back out on the trail. This trail is called the Pirunkirkon Patikka. So it's the Piru is a devil and Kirkko is a church. So it's the Devil's Church Trail. It's called this because there are high rocky points along the trail, which all trail says is actually a difficult trail or hard. Currently the temperature is about 10-11 degrees Celsius. There's quite a strong wind blowing. It's forecast to die down a little bit later. And yeah, so far it's a little bit sunny, a little bit cloudy, and hope I'll get some afternoon sun so that I can show you how beautiful it currently is here in southern Finland with the wonderful autumn colours on display. The trail itself is an out and back trail. It's approximately 8 kilometers in each direction. Okay, here we at the Soikeroinen Lavo or lean-to shelter, and yeah, this apparently is very popular according to reviews I read on all trails. One interesting feature about the trails in this network is that they have these rather interesting looking fire pits that are really designed for making sausages or cooking food on, rather than an open fire pit that you often see in other places. But yeah, Lavo is fairly basic, and as is typical, there's a little shed over there, lean-to, that has wood in, and over in the trees there was a dry toilet. Our route will continue on this Pirunkirkon Patikka or Pirunkirkon hike, and we'll be going past this Pirunkirkko in about 3 kilometers, which is literally the Devil's Church. I'm interested to see what it actually is. The trail wends its way currently through some really nice bedrock hills of granite with heather and pine trees. It looks absolutely beautiful. Tonight I'll be sleeping on the ground. I have my tarp with me, and I'm going to try out a new purchase that I got. It's a German Army bivy sack. So I'm going to see how well that copes with the current conditions we have. A, to keep me warm and hopefully dry, and B, to see how much condensation builds up inside. It's supposed to be really good at regulating condensation. Yeah, in the higher places where there's bedrock, the trail has these granite ridges that drop down into gullies and then come up again on the other side. So there's lots of ups and downs, but the landscape is absolutely beautiful. There's another steep descent. Hopefully I can get down it without coming a cropper. Climbing again. So far my ultra lone peak all-weather boots are doing really well. It doesn't have the Vibram sole, but the Max Track one, and at least in the dry conditions the grip is doing pretty well. The prefix Piru is common all across Finland. Piru in the modern Finnish sense means devil, so it has to do with Satan. But I have read that Piru is an older word that just basically means a spirit that guards or watches over a place. And so with the coming of Christianity, that form of spirit was converted into something evil, something bad. Now we have lovely golden light and some rather spectacular rock formations around here. The trail continues on through and up to the top of this rocky bedrock hill. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm at the top of the hill. I think this is the Pirunkirkon, or Devil's Church, and according to the sign it is anyway. But it is really steep on both sides, and it forms a sort of a ridge, rocky ridge. It is spectacular, and there are some absolutely gorgeous trees around here that would be perfect for hammock camping. Yet another ascent. Oh, my legs are starting to feel it now, okay. Oh well, onwards and upwards. It is very beautiful. I managed to stop for the night. So it started to get dark, and my initial plan was to arrive at a place called Lola Kallio, or Kallio Lola, one or the other. Basically it's a rock overhang where you can sleep underneath at night, and there's also a lean-to shelter and a fireplace there. Unfortunately for me, there were people there already, at least 5 or 6, and they had their sleeping mats already set up, so of course, you know, first come, first served. So I went about 200 yards from where they were, and I've set up the tarp tent now. I've definitely not practiced setting up a tarp tent enough. I made an attempt at a tarp tent configuration, and yeah, it's not very good. With a bit of luck, the people will be gone tomorrow morning when I get up, so I can then show you the Kallio and the cave where people can sleep. And I'll have to come back here at some stage in the future and try to stay overnight there again, maybe during winter, who knows. Well, good morning, folks. So yeah, a pretty rough night last night. Didn't sleep very well. I was comfortable enough, but I was cold. I bought a Kilo's Gear sleeping pad called the AeroCloud Elite. It has a claimed rating of 5.0. Yeah, that's just bullshit. It got down to about 1 degree last night. It definitely didn't go below freezing, and I was cold. I could feel the cold coming up through the mat, and that's with a foam pad underneath the actual air mattress. So yeah, not very impressed with the Kilo's Gear pad at all. It was comfortable, definitely, but yeah, it just doesn't live up to the warmth claims. So that was a bit disappointing, but now I know that it's going to be a summer pad, and that's it. The German Army bivy bag worked wonderfully well. It kept my sleeping bag really dry. It breathes really well in the sense that my sleeping quilt was dry throughout the night. Okay, well, I went to see the cave again, but the other hikers were still there. They were packing up. So rather than just hang around and wait for them to finish so that I could actually film, I decided just to keep going. I mean, it's my own fault really. I should have expected that there'd be somebody here on a weekend, especially on a Saturday night. So definitely one I'll have to come back again to and see if I can visit maybe during the week when I have a much better chance of being there by myself. Oh, to be young again. The 5 guys who were staying at the cave were packing up as I left, and I must have had a good 10, nearly 15 minutes head start on them, and they caught me up and just practically sprinted past me. I'm guessing they were probably in their early 20s, the slippery conditions didn't slow them down at all. They just literally shot past me. But that's okay though. It means that now that I know that they're not kind of on my heels the whole time, so I don't have to try and stay ahead of them. I can just walk now at my own pace. I've noticed that on flat ground with gear on, carrying food and water, I can cover about 3.5 kilometers in an hour. Currently I'm doing about 2.6, 2.7 because of the conditions, and also because it's very up and down. So the ups slow me as much as the downs because of the slippery conditions. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm just going to enjoy the sunshine. That was cool. You know the way people see shadows in the woods and think they're bears and then have like a shock reaction. It's some natural survival instinct. Well, I was walking along quietly and I saw a shape and I thought, oh, it looks a bit like a moose. And then an ear twitched. He is not mine. And yeah, standing perfectly still, about 40 meters away in sort of dappled sunlight. And I clapped my hands to let him know that I was there. Nothing moved except his ears. It's amazing how an animal so large, as big as a horse, bigger even, can be completely still. And in their stillness and their coloration with lighter coloured legs and a darker back, they are all but invisible until you're right on top of them. Fantastic. A little over a kilometre to go back to the car now, so I think I might just finish it here. So thank you for joining me on this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I learned a lot, and it was a pleasure to try out new gear and to see how to get it to work. But clearly there's room for improvement. Oh well, that's material for another video. So this is Kevin signing off from the Pirunkirkon hiking trail. All the best.